oh, it's really cool to have that be better because of failure.
The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind.
Fuck the police. I love you, Kuno. Mother of all walls. What shadow lies there beneath the bright gleam? Draw a 3,500-year-old pictogram of a human being. Renee lives. Something beautiful is going to happen. No parking. Let it remain blank. I like something beautiful is going to happen a lot. Yeah, I kind of want to do the I love you Kuno because I feel like he deserves positive encouragement as a kid. But I don't know, maybe because like Kuno S makes fun of him for me being positive attention giving to him. So I feel like that might backfire. I kind of want to go with something beautiful is going to happen to go like counteractive to my apocalypse giving traits. Oh, I love that!
You've spoken.
Oh!
The wall will now silently repeat the message for a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the paint, adding another layer of detritus to the city.
Oh! Oh, I want to embroider that! That's awesome!
Very poetic. Real poetry. Should we return to our murder investigation? I hear there's a really bad one we are supposed to solve.
Lieutenant nods in appreciation. It doesn't sound sincere. To be fair, the end may be beautiful. That's true. That's very true. Oh my god, I've never gotten this low. I've never done disco this thoroughly. Okay, does Cindy have anything to say about my expression?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
No, she hasn't. All right. Something beautiful is going to happen. I love that. I feel like I probably should have gone with the Renee one, but that's really beautiful. Damn, I'm really happy with that. Okay, whoa, did not mean to do that. Okay, close. Now we want to put our armor back on. I'm good with all of that. Yeah, now it is time to go try to find Ruby. I thought I equipped the guns. All right. That was so, I love the sentiment of something beautiful will happen. Because it's just true. Like, that something will always happen. It's just a sentiment of, like, if you're looking out for it. That's why I like the law of attraction isn't the idea that if you think about being fish pouring into your lap, that fish are going to fall from the sky. It's knowing how to catch the fish. Knowing how to see the beautiful things.
The once bright mural.
Okay,
towers
Shivers.
above you, saying that even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead, no rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb.
What was I even attempting to do here?
Trying to talk to the wind, the city. Whatever you thought would happen did not. And now you're just standing there in the pale of the morning, with your hands fallen to your side. Is trying to talk to the city something you've done before? Is it in your secret repertoire? A trick for when you're out of ideas? A prayer of sorts. To Rivershaw.
Turn to the lieutenant. She could be anywhere. How do we find her?
I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay.
Lieutenant sighs and then gets a hold of himself.
She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have an understanding of the geography, at least. And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula. Ask the locals. Enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village.
Or if that fails, if we don't find her?
Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
He looks behind him, a dark red box crumbling across the
Walk
chasm.
the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you. An adventure awaits. An adventure on the windswept urban coast. Buckle up and raise your collar. This search is going to be wet and cold.
Okay, so that's interesting. Look for Ruby on the coast. Return to the Feld mural and consult the wind if you don't know what to do. Otherwise, go search the coast. So I'm gonna go take a peek on the coast because it is still 7 in the morning, just to see if anything comes up for prompts. Otherwise, yeah, we just need to come back to the building. Was my thought. It was like we searched the coast. We've done our due diligence here. I'm pretty sure there really just isn't anything for us to go find. Like, we've looked at all the traps. Like, is there anything
The
to...
trap is
Yeah. We examined the mural. We looked at all of that. Yeah, it must just be go back to the mural. We already did all of this. There's not going to be anything new that pops up. Especially when we don't have any tasks. Save us the time from running all over the place. Especially when I know that we can't get into some of these buildings. I can't believe Shivers is the skill for this. That's actually really, really interesting to me.
the once bright mural towers above you. Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried of the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it.
Where does she go? Or, sorry, where does it go?
In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk, its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
What is happening?
She's down there.
Say, I think she's down there, below this building.
Okay. Why?
The wind told me. We've looked everywhere else.
Right. How do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
Finally, my time to shine.
All right, Savoir Faire. There's a ladder next to the sign. Perhaps we can climb it, enter it through the roof.
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around. Find something to break if the ladder fails. A rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. Some of the rungs are missing.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
Assess the
The
situation.
distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and the peeling rust is razor sharp. In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground? And you're 180?
190. I'm a giant.
Okay, but still, the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder. Instead, what if you were to do something more subtle?
What?
What if you were to reconceptualize climbing the ladder?
All right.
Astral projection. Be open-minded about this.
All right.
Yeah, because falling from that height seems, well, splat. So don't do that. Just,
What if I don't climb? What if I just teleport?
Teleportation is not a thing.
The lieutenant stares at you stone-faced.
even if it isn't, no one told you.
It is the thing for me. I can't remember it's not a thing.
That's not how physics work, detective. And even if it were, wouldn't you need some kind of apparatus? A teleportation field or...
I won't hurt to try.
Yes, it could hurt a lot.
I'm not ready to do this yet. I'm sorry. Okay. So let's put on stuff for plus savoir faire. What am I trying to teleport up a ladder? Is that what we're doing? Is that my life now? Okay. Let's just do a quick save. So we have the tunnel down here, or the pipe down here. It's, you know, actually, let's go take a look at that real quick. Because there was another prompt that came up on the other side about a pipe that might be able to get us in.
An old pipe peeks out from beneath the rotten boards of the boardwalk. Could this be an alternative path into the Fell building? A building like this must have multiple doors, serving various functions. Perhaps a basement access.
Come closer and
Your
look in.
eyes slowly begin to adjust to the darkness inside the drainage pipe. The lieutenant looks over your shoulder. A
in
thin
there?
layer of snow gleams inside the pipe.
All right, what
As
else?
your eyes adjust, you see some trash. Crumpled up newspapers, cigarette butts. Someone has half-heartedly spray-painted skulls on the right
Pretty
side.
skulls on the inside of a drain
And nothing. Broken glass from bottles thrown against the walls of the pipe. A syringe. A very, very faint smell of stale liquor still lingers. Or is it just your imagination?
Can we get into the Fell by
Given that
pipe?
this isn't a martial arts thriller, it's highly unlikely, and not without risk to our health either. However, the pipe suggests there may be an entrance to the basement around.
Lieutenant pushes it aside the reach
He
look
means
around.
the pipe must be coming from somewhere in the building.
And it's right here, a maintenance door.
He points to a rusted metal double door to the right of the pipe.
It's
obscured by the
jammed
reeds.
shut. The subtle approach isn't going to work on this one. Oh yeah, big boy time.
Okay, no, we're not going to do that because that alerts anyone inside that we're banging our way in. We have a 97% chance of doing that if we do. But I feel like the better chance is going upstairs.
The rusty ladder leads to the roof.
Let's teleport to the roof.
All you need to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness enfolds you. You can feel the distance between the bed and the first rung of the ladder. All you need to is
Do it.
zoot, zap, pow, crinkle. It's like magic. You feel yourself disappear, your atoms fading out of existence.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Bam! You find yourself on the roof, having mastered the art of physical displacement.
I did it. I
I
teleported.
just saw you climb the ladder. You just climbed it like a regular person.
Lieutenant shouts from below.
No, not like a regular person. Like a phased spider. The wind at the top of the building starts howling loudly, blowing away the lieutenant's voice. Faintly you hear.
Never mind. Find a way to let me in when you get inside. Don't go adventuring without backup, especially if we think the suspect may be hiding here.
Okay, so we got our way up. We're gonna put the flashlight on. Quick save. And then now we take our time. Yeah, we gotta let Kim in. Central support beam has been destroyed by artillery fire. I feel like I should have a prompt coming up that's asking if the shot was from here. Stones fall a long way down. Like, right? There's, like, the church is in the way. I think that's it. The glass is covered with grime and dust. You can barely see out. Postcard from Martinez, 1998. A faded picture postcard from the end of the last century shows Martinez as it was before the revolution. It's the height of summer. Rue de Saint-Ghislain is teeming with parasol-wielding bourgeoisie and the bourgeoisie and the wild pines flags buttress the walkway. Nothing is written on the back. Ooh. Antiquated office furniture, last century maybe? Brought down and forgotten so long ago. This collapse nearly sealed the basement. One can barely squeeze by. This overturned table is covered in orange mildew, crawling with something. Old filed folders in the cart, documents silvery with mold. Oh, hey, Kim.
2 rusty metal plates that slide apart form a crude door. It's been here under the boardwalk for a while.
Who's there?
What do you mean who's there? It's me, Kim. Stop playing around and help me get the door open.
Push the doors open.
The doors seem to be on rails, but they've gotten jammed. You grab a side and put some strength into prying it open. With the help of your partner, the 2 metal panels slide open with a creak.
Huh. I hope no one dangerous heard that.
You ready?
Yes. Time to investigate these passages. Let's move quietly and not make more sound.
Not running is a great way to do that.
Okay, so now we... Oh, not what I meant to do, but we're going to take it. What happened? Oh, is it just more for looking for being the coast? Okay. So I think I was running all the time on accident when I was doing this before. In the beam of the flashlight, a crevice in the wall. Oh, that's cool. Stale fabric, smell, and dust. No one's slept here for months, maybe years. These pots and plates are full of dust and spider webs. Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed, ancient flyers and brochures. Same slit window you saw from the
Could this
outside.
have been the killer's hideout? And this narrow window, the point of origin of the shot that killed the mercenary?
Peek out.
Outside the window, desolation. Snow falls softly onto the coastal sand, where it melts almost instantly. On rooftops, it lingers.
Turn to Kim. Could the killer have used this as a hideout?
It's a great place to hide, certainly. But there hasn't been anyone here in ages.
Can't say the whirling rag. Shot didn't come from here.
No one could get a clear view. Well, at least we've been thorough. I like thorough.
I like thorough as
The
well.
mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait.
Brush off the dust off the portraits.
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly. Someone crouches, heels digging into wet sand. Hands sweep across the sand, grains sticking to the frayed skin of the fingertips. An old man sits on a slab of concrete and taps his fingers against the glass of a scope. You shudder.
That's the killer. All right, look, Kim, it's the Comrade
Yes, I can
Mazov.
see that. Looks like some communists were hiding out here. They left a long time ago.
The lieutenant does not seem to share your enthusiasm.
A long time ago? How long?
Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing.
He looks
I think
around.
the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted.
What's with all these secret weapon caches and secret bunkers?
We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers.
Good hiding place for someone who's up to no good.
Yeah, maybe I should move in here. It
I
seems
won't
cozy.
stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case.
Huh. Could it be connected to the Mazov bust we found in the students' room?
Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. Besides, that looked like some student.
Huh.
The youths always go for this kind of stuff.
Could someone have stopped through here recently?
You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
He looks at the dust. Let's go. Ooh, revolutionary's hat. Hold on. +1 to Mazovian social economics because of friendly neighborhood communard. This Ushanka with the Mazovian logo, a pair of deer antlers. On its silvery white front, your ears feel cuddled and cared for by the state. Okay, so we checked the boardwalk. Okay, so now it's the island and Land's End, which I don't know what Land's End is. Does the map tell me? No. I think that's where the bunker is. We'll have to go back up there. Oh. It's over here. A series of thick, dusty panes of glass. And an insulary suit jacket? +1 suggestion because we're dressed for the occasion. Okay, so we at least have something more. Well, no, because the other item that we have is plus suggestion is another coat. A muted brown suit jacket, perfect for a day at the office or an evening at a cafe. The red rose at the bottom of the left breast pocket is slowly wilting. Okay. Carefully start our way back. Boot prints in the sand. One of the soles appears more worn than the other. There's something in the air, an unnatural buzzing. Interesting. Tunnel collapse. You'll have to find another way around. Okay, I want to walk as much as I can. The commitment to having the tear bag out while I'm doing this is amazing. It's getting louder, the buzzing sound. I'm just gonna save here real quick.
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
Lieutenant, do you feel something?
No. What do you mean?
A pain, a strange tingling.
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
I saw them too. Footprints with the right sole and worn smooth.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
What do you mean?
Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
It will upset the balance of power in Martinez. The deadlock between the company and the Union will destabilize. This part of town is a fine clockwork puzzle. Disturb its peace, and it will start breaking down uncontrollably. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
We know Everett's true intention and his plan for Martinez. What more is there to do with the Union? We solved the strike deadlock by telling Joyce about the Union's plan. How bad do you think things can
Well,
get?
we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
He smiles in the
If you
dark.
can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
We know Everett's true intentions and his plan for Martinez. What more is there to do with the
I
Union?
don't know. Little things. But you're right. We've gotten everything we can from the Union. We even opened that container.
You've been very, very thorough there. Your fingers approve.
We solved the strike deadlock by telling Joyce about the
I
Union's
still don't
plans.
think that was a good idea. But yes, our affairs with the Wild Pines are in order, since she isn't in Martinez anymore.
Someone's been a very busy boy. Good on you.
What do you think is waiting for
I
us there?
think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
Lieutenant's whispers echo
I
down the
wouldn't
tunnel.
be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
All right. Here we are. Note, Union and cryptozoology business might end when you do. All right. Well, and this is everything, because I don't think we can find the murder weapon either. Okay, I want to go to this side first. Concrete pipe buried sand and dust with a polar anorak jacket, 40 cents, and $1.15. What's the jacket? +1 composure under the polar lights, and +1 shivers because it's a gift from La Revachole. Layers upon layers of polyvinyl and artificial sheepskin make this coat ideal for traversing snowy plains on dog sledges. Somehow you knew it would be waiting for you underground in a sunken pipe, and you found it. It's as if the city gifted it to you to keep you safe. That's cute. I like that more than what I'm wearing.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed.
That got me.
Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse.
Says the shadowy figure by the machine.
Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
Yell through the static, "You're under arrest! What's happening to me? Are you gonna kill me too?" Help, Kim, my brain's on fire. You're under arrest.
Really now? Check this out.
She turns the dial in her hand.
You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploded in your brain.
What's happening to me?
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing is the ULAN frequency, blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
I saw your equations. It's the ULAN frequency. Fat Angus said you had a pale emitter. You're using one of those devices to send signals through the pale on me. Say nothing. Try to cover yours. I saw your frequency. It's the ULAN
Saw
frequency.
my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at.
Interesting.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations.
She sounds like
fixed to
Sigourney
buoys.
Weaver.
Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
Jesus.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
He gestures towards something with great effort.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She
Interesting.
likes telling you about the machine. Keep her talking. Look for an opportunity to break loose.
How did you get your hands on this
I
thing?
built it myself.
Wow. She nods towards her torture
And
device.
she's proud of it too. As she ought to be. This is way beyond your abilities.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah, way beyond.
She studies her death ray and the law officials trapped within it. Will I stay like
No.
this forever?
Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
That is actually terrifying. Have you experienced this compressor yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do.
Okay, go you.
Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
This is all great, but let's talk about the man who was killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not the cops.
Oh.
And of herself. merely
Please,
as
can you
prey.
just turn it down so I can ask you
If you've got
something?
something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
Deal with my mattress.
That's incredible.
Then this.
Lieutenant clutches his head, grimacing.
God damn it.
She regards you and Kim with sudden sympathy.
Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
She steps reluctantly out of the shadow and the pain
The
lessens.
gun she's carrying is a two-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but she can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you keep her distracted for long enough, maybe
How'd you know we
I
were
found
coming?
you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
By hiding bullets under
So
floorboards?
you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
She did rat you out, by the way, but Isabel, the washwoman.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
She smiles a little
As
smile.
opposed to the other knives she's finding there now. Hardy for one.
Preparing for the worst? You're desperate, aren't you?
I was. Before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit.
I don't want to push her to
It was
that.
dark in the shack. The waves outside had calmed down. She looked at the loaded gun. Then she cracked the barrel open and took the bullet out. Not today.
Oh, this poor fucking woman. She's getting tossed under like 4 buses at once. Did you shoot Lily?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching. Though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
You're right. Clause was first to share her suspicions.
I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this.
She smiles
But
sadly.
she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Your first guess wasn't entirely
Titus
off.
and his boys, man. He told us you were on the coast.
Well, fuck. Those guys liked me, I know it. But this is what happens to people whom people like.
She pauses, taking it in.
Dull despair.
Yeah, that's hard.
How the fuck did the rest of you get by?
Wait, wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal. I opened them up. I do it by asking questions, and I have some for you. Honestly, I don't know how I do it. I just stumbled in here. Can you please explain this shit to me?
What shit? I told you I didn't do it. Sounds pretty simple to me.
She adjusts her grip on her
A
gun.
strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
Okay. You have a gun.
And
Where'd you get
the
it?
gun store.
What gun
Trigger
store?
Happy Jacks.
Really? Trigger?
What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal.
I see it's a front loader. Did you have another gun
Sure
somewhere?
don't.
The breech loader?
No.
I can't tell. What type of gun is
A
it?
knocked way 80 front loader. 2-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing.
Not at
That
all.
isn't it.
That Merc was probably shot from a distance with a
Yeah.
military-grade rifle. Otherwise, everyone at the whirling would have heard the shot downstairs.
And no one's talked about the shot this entire time. Do you collect guns? Maybe old
No,
rifles?
they're not practical. Break too often.
A doubt creeps over you. She sounds so sure of everything.
Yeah.
So, not guilty.
There's other evidence I wanted you to ask about.
Yeah. Evidence.
Would you say that Laylee was a
I
likable
didn't
person?
like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
You don't feel sympathy for mercs? It's hard work. Did you feel protective of the Union?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
You don't feel sympathy for mercs? It's hard work.
Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do.
I have other
I'm
questions.
listening.
Do you have an alibi for when
Man,
Lily was shot?
I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon you.
There were like 10 minutes they couldn't account for. They did say you left to take like a really long leak. There was half an hour. No, there was 10
You
minutes they
mean the
couldn't
length
account
of
for.
a toilet break? That wouldn't even have been enough time.
Our investigation went smoothly. It has shown 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
You play pinball
No.
much?
Not since I was 14 and hanging out in the only diner in Dardun. Haven't been into low-risk, no-reward games since moving to the city.
Somewhere on the outskirts of Forburg, a scrawny teenage girl stands by the side of the road, greeting passing vehicles with a careless thumb turned upward. She's tired. She wants to leave, but she knows she will come back.
Huh. There are some mysterious pinball machines and some pretty mysterious rooms in the whirling.
Yeah, and probably some ghosts from the time of the suzerain. I'm not really interested in supernatural mysteries.
Wait, wins for the pain. What kind of mysteries interest you
Not
then?
murder mysteries either, if that's what you're thinking.
She looks you in the eye impassively, making it clear that she's not planning to comment on the matter any further.
What about elevators? Do you like elevators?
What the elevators have to do with anything?
Do you or don't you?
Not particularly.
Why not? Not even, grab your head, quaint old rickety
I'm
ones?
not really into old shit for old shit's sake.
God damn it!
Lieutenant grabs his
So
head.
you know she's not an antiques enthusiast. Not my jurisdiction, man. But it also doesn't sound like she used that secret route. at
Look, there's a
all.
secret way from the ground floor of the
Don't
whirling
know
the
it.
roof.
But also,
She frowns, studying your
the
face.
shot couldn't have come from the roof. Or we would have all heard it downstairs.
Even she knows what's up.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
The pain stops him from finishing the sentence. Do you like to hang out on
Who
rooftops?
doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna.
Wait, what's so great about her
It's very
antenna?
powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival.
Oh, she knows what's up. Is that the only reason you hung out on the
The
roof?
view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, yeah. Along with Claudia.
So you're sure you didn't shoot the bird
Yes,
from the
I'm
roof?
sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have come from afar.
Did you leave any flowers for Clause on the roof?
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
These weren't just flowers, the symbols of the
So
revolution.
now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols around? Come on.
But Clause
I
was
never did
mourning.
understand why, when someone dies, a hothouse's worth of flowers has to die
God,
too.
she's so based. Okay, so you didn't
No,
leave
I
Maybelle's.
did not.
You're running drugs for the union. I've been through your lorry.
So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician.
No, he didn't. I found my own way
Okay,
in.
great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
You're a criminal. I can't trust anything you say.
That's your prerogative.
You had a financial incentive to kill the merc?
It's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the union.
Yeah, that's true. Lieutenant is unable to articulate his
She
question.
deliberately avoided naming the mob she worked for. You might be able to find this out later.
Thank you, Rhetoric.
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
She turns the knob down just a millimeter.
There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
But you're threatening
Based on
us
what
with
I've
it.
heard about you, you are serious scum.
She responds, holding your
There's a
gaze.
sinister note in her voice. Even with the gun and the compressor, she's afraid of you.
Okay, let's take a step
Yeah?
back.
Where?
Damn it. Destroy that thing already.
I'm not doing it yet. Okay, if you killed the merc, who killed the merc if it wasn't
How
you?
should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Those rings around her eyes. Her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
Yeah, she has.
Police radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claus's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish
Oh, this
light
poor
coming through
lady.
the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
Claudia didn't want to turn the lamp on. She was afraid of another shot.
What happened Sunday night? Tell me your
She
version.
eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
It's okay. We just want to.
He struggles to finish the
All
sentence.
right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Claudia comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
Wait, did she also seem high
Oh,
to you?
yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before.
This woman has seen people OD. Claudia wasn't quite there yet. So I wonder.
Claudia, she said you knew something was wrong immediately.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I
Oh,
knew she
God.
couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
How'd you manage to come up with the plan so quickly?
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
She
Oh.
looks shaken. She wasn't surprised to be ratted out.
Oh.
Framed.
Her idea?
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone.
I don't remember this at all.
She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck. To fake lividity.
Because she
Then
knows what she's doing
dressed him
being an
while I went to get the
espionage
party
agent.
girls.
Glacia knew exactly what she was doing. You can't remain calm under pressure otherwise.
Showerhead resourceful.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
Do you think she killed Lily
As I
herself?
keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried the lynching might lead to...
The lieutenant forces himself to finish the sentence.
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going, fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
Her grip on the gun is tight. Her arm is turned. Her posture solid. Martinez lost a valuable defender.
If you didn't kill him, why
I
hide?
saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent.
That strange, distant fear is getting close now.
Oh.
It's a fear of yourself.
What do you mean, La Puta Madre
Yes,
agent?
you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
Oh, no.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. Fucking hell. And why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Who's everyone? How do you know this?
Everyone in Jamrock. The cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up in here with a goddamn death ray waiting for you?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
La Puta Madre. I've heard of La Puta Madre. He's dangerous, right? Fuck yeah. I'm a La Puta Madre agent. You better let me go. Tell me, what's my name? If you know about that, you must know my name.
One
Oh, no.
corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and a funny
Oh,
hat.
no.
Agent to La Puta Madre.
Oh, no. I didn't know
So she knows
this.
your name. That doesn't mean you're on the tape. Criminals make up boogeyman stories about cops all the time. I don't know. Sounds pretty convincing to me.
He's pretty dangerous,
Is that a
right?
joke or a threat?
No,
I'm
that was a real
guessing
question.
both.
I'm sorry. I was supposed to know all about this, but I recently lost my memory. No, that was a real
Yeah,
question.
sure.
She doesn't believe you.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough.
A man in a white suit walks through a garden coaxed from soil.
I'm in a
that
white
had once
suit.
been covered in asphalt. A city block closed off from the rest of the city by dark buildings. Rows and rows of poppies, most of which have lost their pink bloom, flank his steps. The man looks around, then up at the sky, sighs. Taking out a knife, he crouches at the end of one flower bed. He scores a seapot, very gently. Milky sap begins to ooze out. The pain comes over you again.
What did you do to this Madre
You've been
anyway?
to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition? Now I have Harry Can Opener in my lair. Fucking Titus.
She
Wait,
pauses.
one thing, possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural? She might know something.
When I came into town, was there anyone with
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway?
me? Who was in the
Well,
squad?
it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had 2 guys and a lady.
Wait,
The
he's
guys
in part of the
looked
Mercs,
buff.
'cause that's the
The lady
Mercs.
wasn't bad either.
What else can you tell
One
me?
of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding something or other about her.
Or that's the
And
cops?
The woman was the only one in uniform. All were carrying.
Because that's
That sound
Jean.
about right?
No idea who these people are, literally.
No, that doesn't ring any
Well,
bells.
This has been a great talk, really. But I think I'm going to hit the road now.
Do you know about the bunker next
What
door?
bunker?
The communist hideout back
Don't
there.
know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. but I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to.
Your voice trails off into the white noise in your head. It feels like an aneurysm is approaching.
You've got to act soon. Keep calm. Breathe in. After the pain recedes, it's a little clearer.
Okay, we got this. Yeah, I hope. I think that's success. Go, Harry, go. Go, Harry, go. Or sorry, go, Tequila, go. Go, Tequila, go.
You did it. The
Whew.
compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell.
You're under arrest. See them fireworks, Kim? You okay, Kim?
All good, officer. Be careful.
She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
Oh, fuck it.
She puts the barrel of the gun into her mouth. No, 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 no. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Problem solving.
She
Ma'am,
mutters.
put the gun down. That's not the solution to your problems. You are...
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, please don't fucking fail. I really don't want her to kill herself.
You should know the
No!
words to say. You've been here yourself.